Dear colleagues, our chairman for this first block is our colleague Irina Zimoni.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? This is my pleasure and my honor to introduce to you the first speaker today, Nargiza Abdullaeva from Uzbekistan. She will introduce us the poetic world of the Uzbekian proverbs. Nargiza, you have 20 minutes to present your paper, and the others are welcome to put on the questions in the Q&A section of the Zoom. The floor is yours, Nargiza.
Thank you. Okay. First one, allow me to demonstrate my presentation. Okay, hola, good morning and good afternoon. Right now it's very afternoon in Tashkent. I am Nargiza Abdullaeva. My nationality is Uzbek, and I am PhD in philology, lecturer in National University of Uzbekistan, Department of English Philology, and member of International Association of Primology. It is my second presentation because I participated last year too. And today I want to thank a lot to the organizers of this colloquium, because the contribution of the colloquium on my research and on my work is very huge. I should value it, and thank you again. So let me present my theme today. It is called the translation of Uzbek poetic proverbs into English. So as proverbs are the part of national heritage and they have an effective role in human life, people continue learning and using them in different life situations. Although we are living in modern technological time, 21st century, we still need to learn, value, and keep them to deliver our generation. Moreover, linguists should translate proverbs into other languages in order to acknowledge them to other nations too. For being a good translator of proverbs, a linguist should have a good knowledge of translation theory and be an experienced one in translating. The problem of translation has been the main issues of linguistics for many ages. A number of monolingual, bilingual, and polylingual dictionaries have been created till now. Hence, they are not enough to learn proverbial stock of the world language. Uzbek national proverbs are considered to be colorful in their sense and have usually poetic structure. The poetic structure of them also provide touchable meaning and wide sense. So proverb always express us the culture, the human life experiences, positive characters, negative, and as well religion, history, society, human practice, beliefs, traditions, ethic, and aesthetical senses, mentality as well. And I want to mention that my presentation is devoted to the poetic structure, especially poetic structure of Uzbek proverbs. Hence, I want to give some examples from other cultures too. For example, in English, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Here, day away, it has got rhyme and poetic structure, of course, but the early bird catches the worm. Now it's just like a sentence, affirmative sentence, or this example, a friend in need is a friend indeed. It has got also a poetic structure in English. So I've collected some English translations of proverbs which are taken from different cultures. According to my language knowledge, I only know English, Russian, and Uzbek. That's why maybe the original structure of these proverbs are not poetic. Still, the English variants, the English translations are poetic. That's why I added here. For example, if you can't live longer, live deeper. It is Italian. A shared joy is a double joy. Shared sorrow is half a sorrow. It is Swedish one. Or early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. It is well-known English proverb which we use in everyday life frequently. Whoever gossips to you will gossip about you. It's Spanish proverb. I think in Portugal the folks also use this proverb. Next, the stone which cannot be lifted should be kissed. It is Arabic one. If you hurry through long days, you'll not hurry through short years. Chinese one. All time spent angry is time lost being happy. Mexican. Or Zulu proverb here. A fault confessed is half redressed. And this one I took Turkish proverb because, as we know, Turkish and Uzbek languages are interrelated genetically. They are from one language family, and that's why this proverb in Uzbek we use it as Turkish one in Turkey. Yüzülçe barkes. It is the Uzbek original variant. So measured 1,000 times and cut once. It is Turkish in English translation. So here right now I'm going to speak about the essential point of my presentation, Uzbek proverbs containing poetic structures. For example, Utkan kun topilmas, kelar kun sotilmas. Yesterday it could not be found, tomorrow it will not be sold. Some goods are rarely found in markets. Even it's found, they have their usual purchasers who are not ordinary people, but a rich man of a high social status. Or next, Sayoz daryo shovqin oqar, chuqur daryo sokin oqar. Shallow rivers run noisily, deep rivers runs quiet. It says that a person who says little, in fact, he might know a lot, but a person who says much, in fact, he might know very little. Or equivalent is found in English. There are two. Still waters run deep. Who knows most speaks last. Or second slide on it. Odam bo'lish oson, odamiy bo'lish qiyin. Being an individual is easy, but being a human who has good features of human being that animals cannot have is difficult. There's no equivalent for this proverb. Boyga mehmon bo'lsang joning chiqar, kambag'alga mehmon bo'lsang qoming chiqar. If you are rich man's guest, you will die because of hunger. If you are poor man's guest, you will become fat. Here is also equivalent of this proverb. The next one is very interesting also. Bor tovog'im, kel tovog'im, kelishingda quruq bo'lsang, o'rta yerda sin tovog'im. Go my basin, come my basin. If you're empty while you're coming back, break in the middle of your way. According to one of the Uzbek traditions, that if an Uzbek family goes to a wedding or a funeral, or even as a guest to someone's house, they always bring some food or meal in a large basin. So the proverb means that if I bring some food or meal to someone's house, so he should also bring me to some food or meal when he comes as a guest. So there is the equivalent for this proverb in English. Give and take is fair play. Small gifts make gifts make friends. Great ones make enemies. Or next slide. Avval o'zingga boq, so'ngra nog'ora qoq. First look at yourself, then play the drum. It means that first you should know your guilt, then you may speak out another's guilt. Equivalent of this proverb are two here. The camel never sees its own hump, but that of its brother is always before its eyes. The pot calls the kettle black. Or next, bir ko'rgan tanish, ikki ko'rgan bilish. Once met acquaintances, twice met the familiars. It means if two people have met once, they know about one another little. If two people have met twice or more, they know about one another very well. Here, bir bo'lgan ikki bo'lmay qolmas, ikki bo'lgan uch bo'lmay qolmas, uch bo'lgan doim bo'lmay qolmas. Once done can be done twice, twice done can be done thrice, Or like this, if a person does something many times, it will become his habit. Equivalent habits are at first cobwebs, at last cables. Once a knave, always a knave. So there are so many invariants of this proverb in English. Bir bog' beda bir tanga, baytal boqmoq osonmi? Botmon bug'doy 100 tanga, xotin olmoq osonmi? One bunch of clover costs 1 coin. It is not easy to feed a young female horse. One botmon, its measurement, it's equal to 89.85 kilograms. Wheat, these kilograms wheat costs 100 coins. It's not easy to feed a wife. It takes to earn much money to have a horse and or a wife and feed them. And the last example for Uzbek, I want to say, ayom ajuz olti kun, qahri kelsa 6 oy qishdan qattiq kun. Ayom ajuz, what is this? It is the name of the last week of winter in Uzbek culture, which is usually colder than the other weeks of winter in Uzbekistan. It is due to our climate. During winter, it's not so cold. It's usually -1, -5, but the last week of the winter is usually till -10 or more than. So this proverb explains us this time of the year. Ayam ajuz includes just 6 days, but if it becomes angry, it will be harder or colder than all winter. Even the winter includes 3 cold months. So these examples are taken from my dictionary, which I gave last year, and of course it was published in Amazon.com. And this year we managed to compile. It is mobile application form. You may find it from Play Market. And as a conclusion, I want to cite that even proverbs receive their stylistic potential according to their usability or not usability in certain communicative areas, text types. We call it diatextual label. According to their occurrence in oral and written communication, we call it diamedia label. Or their appearance in formal or in informal situations, diaphasic label. Or according to the usage restricted to a social group, we call it diastritic label. So Jason Sheck gave this definition and categorization of stylistic potential in his book. And I want to add, even there are some English equivalents of Uzbek poetic proverbs, a translator should consider its stylistic and pragmatic potentials of proverbs Uzbek culture. Here we mean who is the speaker or writer, his or her social status, who is the listener or reader of this book, maybe what is the situation itself, and what's the intention of the speaker or reader, the implicature of the speech act, or even presupposition of the audience which is listening or reading this proverb in the context. It means we should take the context situation into the account while translating them in order to give the to explain the original intention of the speaker or the reader. Thank you for your attention. This I want to tell also, this dictionary includes 2 parts. First part gives more than 600 English proverbs and its explanation, equivalent of course in Uzbek. And the second part is devoted to give more than 900 Uzbek proverbs, not only poetic, but all, which we use in very frequently in our conversations and of course books, and their explanations, equivalents in English, and of course some footnotes. Thank you for your attention. That's all for today's my presentation. I hope it is interesting for a listen.
Thank you, Nargiza, for your very interesting presentation. I think it's quite a challenge for a translator to translate the proverbs of your national proverbs, since you have a lot of national realities to be explained for the reader. And we have a question arrived to you from Oti Lauhangas. The question is, many proverbs seem quite long. Are those long ones in use nowadays? So is your nation using the long proverbs, the long traditional proverbs?
Thank you for the question. Very interesting point of our culture. Yes, we do use proverbs which have got long content because as fairy tales or as aphorisms, we are very fond of using, especially our old people, our grandfathers and grandmothers use the full form of our long proverbs because the meaning is so much here, the sense is very huge here. That's why they don't use, or they don't say another word, they just use this proverb even it has got long content.
Thank you very much, Nargiza.